Hello, this is Jess with TRACT. We have a new feature we want to introduce to you today. It's called Auto Mill Reconciliation. And as the name might suggest, this is a way that you can auto reconcile your mill statements. And as you know, most of our customers are going to typically receive a statement from their mill, and then you need to reconcile those loads on that statement with the loads in TRACT to make sure that you are accounting for all the loads that you're getting paid for and to make sure you get paid for all the loads that you delivered. The problem with this is that this can be a very tedious process. You may be getting hundreds or maybe even thousands of loads per week, and you have to reconcile each one of those with the loads in TRACT. And though we try to make that very seamless, it's still just a lot of loads to go through. And so we want the computer to do a lot of that heavy lifting for you. And so what we've done is we've set it up so that if you can get your mill to send you a statement in an Excel file, you can now import that into TRACT, and we will check all the major pieces of that mill statement and make sure that it matches. And the goal is that we don't think we can get 100% of these every time, but if we can knock out 80, 90, 95% of these out of your way and then just let you focus on the ones that need some special treatment or some kind of manual assessment. Maybe you need to get with the mill and figure out why they paid you the wrong price, or maybe there's a missing load that they're not paying you for. Those are the kind of things we want to bring your attention to. We don't want you to get caught up in the easy stuff of just checking off the loads that already match. So let's show how this feature works. If you go to your mill reconciliation tab, you're going to notice a new tab under mill reconciliations called import reconciliation data. What you're going to have to do first is once the mill sends you that statement in an Excel file, you're going to need to create a template because you have to tell TRACT what column is what. And you're just going to click create template. This is going to be very similar if you've created templates for other load imports. It's going to be similar to that process. So here you just call it whatever you want. Now, a good thing about this is you can associate this import template with multiple mills. So like, for example, if you deliver to multiple GP mills and they're going to send you the same import file or the same type of file, same format, then you can just use that same one for all these mills, and you just need to list them here so that when you create your reconciliation, it'll match it up to your template. So I have one for this company called LJR Forest Products. And let's just take a quick look at the Excel file. They're going to send you something that may look like this. It's going to need to have a heading at the top, and then it's going to have the ticket number and other data associated with it throughout. So we'll get into that in just a minute after we import. So you're going to choose File, and then choose the file that they send you. And this can really be, we call it a sample file, but it can be your first import. We just need a copy of one so that we can map out the columns. So we're going to click Save. And now this is where we're going to need to identify these 5 main columns. We got scale ticket number, delivery date, net weight, per unit rate, and the total payment. So let's go through these. The scale ticket number is, you know what that is? That's the mill ticket number. You're going to find that. We give you a glimpse of the first row here so you can map or sort of see the field heading and then the first row of data. So our ticket number, and then we also show it here. So that's our scale ticket number. Delivery date is going to be, in this example, ticket received date. Net weight is going to be this received volume, and then the per unit rate is going to be ticket rate amount here, and then the total payment, so that's going to be the rate times the volume, is going to be this ticket pay number here. So once we save this, now we have our template saved, and now we're ready to create a reconciliation. So let's go to any of these tabs, and we're going to click Create Reconciliation, and we're going to choose our LJR, And notice that the system recognized that there's a template available for this, so we could go ahead and upload our import template for this file. You can also do that after you create it, like if you don't have it yet, but typically, or hopefully you would have it. So I'm going to go ahead and select it here, and that can be the same file that we use for the template, but it doesn't have to be. We're going to go ahead and fill out the rest of this. I don't know what the total amount for this is going to be. It's just an example. Now we're ready to create. Okay, so notice we have some new information here, and we're going to get a breakdown of, we got 5 tickets that were auto-reconciled, we have 2 that were partial matches, and then we found one, or there was 1 ticket in the Excel file that was not found at all. So this is what we're talking about with getting a large portion of these tickets just off of your plate. You don't have to tediously go through and check these off and make sure that those 5 important numbers or attributes match. It matched the price, the unit amount, the total amount, and the date, and it found the ticket by the ticket number. Now, this is what we want to be able to do, is bring your attention to the ones that don't match. So if you scroll down, you should find tickets that were partially matched. And if you zoom in on those, you can see the difference. So our system has $40, but the mill import, or the mill says they're paying $38. So that's something you're going to want to reconcile. Why are they only paying you $38? So, and we can see this other ticket matched on the price, but not on the weight. It was a little bit off. So that you'll want to take care of too. Now, once you've decided how to handle these discrepancies, you can either change the values here and just override this partial match. So it doesn't really matter. And that's one nice thing I think that we've done, is that we haven't interrupted your flow of the normal reconciliation. This is just a helper on top of it. So if for some reason you want to just override this, then you just check it, and now it's reconciled, and you still have the auto reconciliation information in the background, like you can see this difference here. But if you manually check this box, then it's going to go ahead and update your reconciliation numbers, and you can continue with your reconciliation like normal. That's going to wrap up our feature introduction on auto mill reconciliation. As always, if you have any questions, feel free to reach out.